Prescott. Several stats were referenced that you might like to hear, Skip, like his 8 touchdowns of 15 or more yards, which ranks second in the NFL. His average throw distance, third overall, and his QBR of 93.4 against the blitz.
Against the blitz.
Which leads the league.
Leads the league? What, number one in the whole league?
I had a feeling you wouldn't like it. Shannon, though, does this impress you?
No, hell no, don't impress me.
Hell no?
No. What I care about is what he did. He scored 10 points against New Orleans. So how deep was the pass he threw when he scored 10 points against New Orleans? How deep was the passes when he fell behind 31-3? Because it was 7-0, 14-0, 17-0, 24, 31-3. How deep was those passes? How did it look?
By heart. That's impressive.
Yeah.
And then what happened after that?
Dak Prescott. Hold on. I'm gonna give you a chance to make your point. He put up big numbers against bad teams. 2 times he played the Giants. He has 1 interception, 7 touchdowns against the Giants. Against the other team, guess what, Jenny? He got 8 and 7. He got 15 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. But when you play that bad team, when you play a bad team, he dogging them out. Washington is what? You know what? I'm expecting Washington to be at least a 2 seed in the NFC. And I'm expecting Miami to be they'll probably get a wild card. Not. So that's what he's up against. Hold on. You know what, Skip? I got something for you, Jenny. I know you don't know this, Jenny. You
really?
forgot all about that. Yeah. Top 5 in expected points per added per dropbacks. Number 1 is Patrick, my homeboy. Guess who number 2 is? My first cousin. You like Dak and first cousins in the same sentence.
I like.
Because in all these metrics.
We're going to talk about first cousins in just a minute.
I want to talk about
Just leave it alone. We're going to talk about it.
Because all these stats that Dak is up there in, guess who's up there with him? First cousin. So Dak and first cousin group together.
Do you like first cousins on Sunday night? Do you want it to? You can have him. You can have him. Jenny can have him. Jenny's stuck with him.
You said we're going to talk about him later. All I'm asking you...
I'm asking you, do you want Cousins on Sunday night? I'm happy. I'm open for business.
Well,
you can have him right now.
We got 2 more days to talk about him, and I'll let you know later in the week whether or not... I'm just saying, Skip, look here. This is what I am. And I appreciate those guys because there are a lot of smart guys. These analytics guys, they go to MIT, they go to Georgia Tech, they go to NYU, they go to Northwestern. So they're way smarter than me. I ain't got no but old criminal justice history degree at Savannah State. Good one, too. I got a good old degree. I ain't good with all these numbers. What did your eyes tell me?
I thought you said you didn't get your degree.
Oh, you what? You think I wouldn't wait all that time? We got my degree.
You make jokes about you don't have a degree.
I say I majored in eligibility.
Oh, okay.
I majored in eligibility.
Then how did you get your degree?
I got it. I got a degree in eligibility. I stayed eligible for 4 years.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Skip. What did your eyes tell you, Skip?
That's a good question.
He has, Skip, and I've said this the night after they played. He has 1 impressive victory on his resume this year, and that's the Eagles. You saw what he did against the Green Bay. You saw what he did against New Orleans. And a guy that sees ghosts, and it wasn't Halloween, beat him. Because that's what you always tell me. You tell me that Kirk Cousins against Dak Prescott, your quarterback is only lost 1 time to him. That's what you tell me. So you said if the quarterback play head...
my quarterback's 4-0.
Yeah, okay.
Dallas is 6-1.
6-1. Yeah. What you tell me, if 2 teams play, and whomever the team win, the quarterback is the better of the 2. That's what you always tell me. You told me Tom Brady was better than Patrick Mahomes. You tell me Tom Brady was better than this, and yada, yada, yada.
Dak Prescott was better than Russell Wilson in a playoff game. Go ahead.
No, you said he's better. You say you'd rather have Dak than Russell.
I just said I saw him outduel Russell head-to-head.
Well, I just saw, and guess what I saw? Sam Darnold. Outduel him head to head.
He didn't outdo him. Wait. Who had the better QBR in that game? Dak or Sam Darnold?
Who had the better win-loss record?
I know.
And I saw Teddy, a bridge over troubled waters. Outduel him. That's what I saw. You saw it too. And I saw Aaron Rodgers. I saw that bad man, the transcendent thrower of the football. Bust him up again. All I know is that guy is 3-1 against your guy. And Skip, he's beaten him 3 times in his house.
Who has the better average QBR in all of those games?
I don't know.
Dak Prescott over Aaron Rodgers. Every time it happens.
I don't know, Jenny. Jenny, I don't know. Look here. I ain't the toughest guy in the world, but ain't nobody gonna come to my house and whip my ass.
No.
Aaron Rodgers would come to that man's house and beat him down.
Did you ever lose a home game in Denver? Did you ever lose a home game?
I'm not talking about me. I went 3 years and didn't lose a home game in Denver.
Okay. But then what happened?
Jacksonville got him.
Okay. You lost a playoff game at home.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So Mark Brunell.
Yeah. Mark Brunell was slow?
He's about my size.
No, he's not. No, he's not. You know Mark Brunell was a good quarterback.
He was really good. I know Mark Brunell well.
Yeah, he was.
Could deal.
Yeah, he was very good.
Yep. Left-handed.
Yes.
Yep.
So, no, those stats don't mean nothing.
They don't mean nothing to you?
No.
Shannon Sharp.
What?
Day after day, the evidence just piles up over on my side of the desk. It just gets higher and higher and higher.
No, it ain't.
Dak Prescott's a top 5 quarterback.
Stop it!
I won't even make a case he's a top 1 because the stats start screaming top 1.
He's not top 5, Skip.
At least top 2 because it's number upon number
Top
upon
15.
number. It's top 5.
The only thing that's piling up on your side is trash, because every time you try to make a case for him, it's trash.
Trash.
So let's just start in the bigger picture because people lose sight of this.
What?
But the offense that operated by my quarterback is number 1 in yards per game. That's hard to do, but it's pretty good. It's number 1 in yards per play in the NFL. Every time the ball gets snapped by the Dallas Cowboys, they lead the whole league in yards per play. That's pretty good.
Very good.
And it always starts with the quarterback. And would you believe they're tied for first and third down conversions? That's mostly because of number 4, not because of 21. It's 4.
Because of him. Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Well, you know that, and I know that. And I don't have time to sift back through all those third downs and see who did most of the damage, but you can believe
It's easy when it's 3rd and 2 after Zeke done picked up 8 yards on the first 2 carries.
Okay. Number 1 says Pro Football Focus and offense, just in their overall grading, is Dallas.
Yes.
Number 1. Number 1 rushing team, and again, this is a point for you. Number 1 rushing team, graded by Pro Football Focus, is the Dallas Cowboys. But what did you tell me after that game the other night? I could have run through those.
Yeah, I could.
And I mean, me or you.
Yeah.
Either one of us. Jenny could have made a bunch of yards through those holes. I'm pretty sure.
Jenny got 15 yards on 3 carries.
I would think
easy.
so.
You should have seen me in flag football.
The sea parted.
Yes.
You would just look from the end zone shot, you'd say,
Yes.
oh my God.
Yes.
That's like 15-yard wide hole,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And what did Zeke say after the game? Easiest yards I've ever had in any game in my life were tonight.
Yes.
Okay? That has a lot to do with that line that I continue to say is a better run blocking line than pass blocking.
Okay.
But then there'll be aberrations like the game against the Rams here in the Coliseum when they can't block Jenny, you, or me.
Yeah. Aaron Donald coming too. They got him again.
I don't know what that. Well, they do.
You know Jared Goff owns Dak.
Chances of a little.
You know Jared Goff. You know Jared Goff owns Dak, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Beat him in home and in the regular and the playoffs.
Another one where every game my quarterback's QBR is better than that. And remember, the reason I love QBR is it encompasses everything that happens in a football game. It grades situations and it grades what did you do with your legs as well as your arm. And my quarterback makes all kinds of big plays with his legs, like the 3rd and 4 play the other night when he escaped and ran for 11 yards. And it was the key first down in that game that tilted the playing field in favor of my team.
You act like if he didn't get that first down, they were going to lose that game. Okay. The Giants were never going to beat the Cowboys, and you know that.
So there's some hypocrisy going on here because I had to listen to the celebration as we opened the show for a game that the Lakers won against the 2-6 Chicago Bulls. Well, how can I take that seriously when you take almost none of my games except one seriously because it happened to be against your Philadelphia Eagles?
Okay. If you had fallen behind by Miami by 19, if you had fallen behind by Washington by 19, okay. But I know when you fell behind by 28, you caught an L. And you fell behind by 18, you caught another L.
So the stats scream at you that Dak Prescott is only 0.2 of a point behind Russell Wilson for the QBR lead. And as Jenny pointed out, he's number 1 against the blitz in QBR. That's extraordinary. That's pretty great. I'm going to give you a point here, just to be fair about this. Pro Football Focus ranks him 6th so far in quarterback performance. So their ranking says a little bit, it's like on the edge of top 5, but all the rest of the numbers, like where you do adjusted completion percentage, which includes drop passes, because for much of the year, Dallas has led the league in drops. I think they still do because they had 4. According to you, because you
you counted them. I ain't signed off on all of them.
Well, you signed off on the last one. I said, I'm not even sure.
Oh, that was a drop. That was a drop.
So in adjusted completion percentage, he's 3rd in the league. If you adjust the completion percentage on deep passes, he's 2nd in the league. And then you start talking about what Jenny brought up to start this topic off on just average throw traveled. How far did the throw travel? 9.7 yards. That's third in the league.
Behind who?
Okay, but it's third. But all I've heard for 3 years is Dink and Dak.
Okay.
But that's third in the league. And wait a second. When you start doing longer passes for touchdowns, he has 8 touchdown passes that travel 15 or more yards. That's second in the league. And if you go to 9 touchdown passes that travel, these are 9 completions, travel 40 or more yards, that's tied for second in the league with Aaron Rodgers and only 1 behind Mahomes. And I know Mahomes hasn't played.
And man ain't played in a month.
Okay.
And he's still number 1.
That's interesting.
But my quarterback's right in the mix with those guys.
Okay.
Dink and Dak, I think not.
Okay, well, think about this here. This is what I'm put on my lawyer's hat.
Okay, please.
Jenny. Okay, you have the number 1 rushing attack.
Okay.
You have the number 1 offense in football. You have a quarterback that's top 3, top 4 in every second level, third level, fifth level stats. Why in the hell are you 5-3?
Good question. I'm glad you asked that. Do I get to respond, counselor? Is it my turn,
Yes.
Your Honor?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes,
I
thank
think you
you.
should be better at this. Yes.
Because inexplicably, when you least expect it, my defense does not show up. Let me finish. It's my turn. Don't do a C. You can't do that in court.
Yeah.
You can't stand up and say
Objection,
C.
Your Honor. Objection.
We'll have to say
He's
make
dead.
the C.
He's badgering the witness.
Yeah. You'll get
Continue.
thrown out of court for saying that. You realize that. So the point is, when you least expected it in 2016 against Aaron Rodgers in a playoff game at Jerry World, when you went 13-3 and had home field advantage throughout the playoffs, the defense just doesn't show up. And in that game, you're down 21-3 in the middle of the second quarter. That's horrendously
Where's your
bad.
offense?
Okay, well, I'm just saying there's no defense to be played. There's no. He's just going up and down the field, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, well, so why didn't you
which
guys go
brings
up and
me
down?
to the last visit that Aaron Rodgers had here. It's 24-0 early in the third quarter. 24-0, and then what happened? My quarterback brought you all the way back. Well, let's do the first game. In the playoff game, the quarterback's down 21-3. He brings you back to 31-31. Is that impressive to you? He outduels Aaron Rodgers. Well, again, that's what he's made of. And then in the Green Bay game this year, it comes down to if Maher makes a 33-yard field goal with 1:44 left, Dak has cut the advantage to 34-27, and you were onside kick. Is it hard to recover?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's virtually impossible, but still somewhat possible.
Right.
Well, if you recover, you've got 1:44 left to go score again, because that's all you've been doing in the second
But this is what
half.
I do remember in that ball game, Skip Bayless, that anytime the score was in one score, the game was in one score, Dak threw an interception as opposed to a touchdown. And see, it only matters, Skip Bayless, if the New England Patriots, they were down 25 points, they're down 28-3. If Tom Brady comes all the way back and they lose, we don't talk about Tom the way we talk about him. We don't talk about the Patriots in that game. So you got to finish it off.
Okay, did I ever say Dak is Tom Brady?
No,
I did not.
I'm saying you're trying to give him credit for something that he did not finish.
Okay, well, you came pretty close.
If you start building this big old mansion, you start to build it, and you don't complete it, what kind of credit you want for that?
You're down 31-3, and you almost
And you helped
should have
put
been
him there.
34-27.
You helped put him there.
Kidding?
You helped put him there.
Let's talk about that. The first throw to Amari hits Amari right there, and he's still talking about how he screwed up that game because it turned the whole momentum.
I mean, you do that.
It hits him right there.
You take one for the team, Jen. I take a lot of them for the team.
Shannon Sharp, in his day, would have caught that with one hand. Just like one paw. Just like, here, let me catch this and put it in my back pocket.
I know that you know what. You put a lot of receivers and tight end in the same breath as me.
Well, you were like a hybrid wide receiver.
Yeah, but I had very good hands.
Okay, well, so there. Good, thank you.
But John would hit me in stride, and I hit my head.
Well, I'm sure he didn't always hit you in stride because nobody ever consistently hits everybody in stride. It just doesn't happen.
But my point is, Skip, if he'd have threw the ball like he threw it Monday night.
I got it. But should Amari have caught the ball? Yes, he should have. Even if he had to go down to his knees and just say, I'll just catch this.
He should have.
If he had to wave his hand and fair catch it, just catch the ball. But what did he do? He muffs it into an interception that gets returned 56 yards.
But you say your guy's the most accurate. That would next gen stats say he's accurate.
Well,
next level. They say next level.
You ever seen Tom Brady throw an inaccurate pass? You say he throws 5 a game.
When I talk about Tom Brady.
Okay, well, that's what you brought it up. I finished it.
And Tom Brady asked me to ask you not to mention his name and Dak Prescott name in the same
that's fair,
sentence.
and I believe he would think that. So that's fine. And then what happened on the next interception? It was a bad one. But the third interception, when they were in the midst midst of a furious comeback came when the kid, Kevin King, the corner for Green Bay, he just throws Gallup down, just grabs hold of him and throws him down. It was the most blatant pass interference I've seen.